What's up guys, Maik Wiedenbach here, giving tips in the mailbox today. Mike, what about supplements? But I'm so glad you asked. So that's a ginormous industry, right? So let's start with the most sold supplement, which is protein powders, right? I covered protein bars, by the way, you guys can go to the old video there. So protein powders, in a nutshell, you get what you pay for. However, with some companies, you pay for marketing. So the best protein powders are the ones you make. So websites like trueprotein.com, by which I'm not sponsored by the way, you can go there. You pick a quality, high-end, let's say grass-fed whey protein, and then you can add your own flavoring and sweeteners and all that kind of stuff. The way the protein market works is that a company, and I'm not naming any names, has a huge, big marketing budget, and they will pay bodybuilding.com $1 million to put them on top of the search list, and then they get sold. But you're mostly paying for fillers and taste ingredients and sweeteners, all that kind of thing. So you're best off to get a really pure, basic protein source, even though the plant-based ones have gotten much better, you know, especially hemp and buckwheat, and then you mix and match your own. Same for weight gainers. Most weight gainers work like this. Cheap protein powder, lots of sugar, cocoa flavoring. So many moons ago, when I bought my first weight gainer, which back then cost 50 West marks, it tasted like Nesquik, because it was, okay? I could have just gotten Nesquik. So if you're in need of gaining weight, I recommend you buy a quality protein powder, then you add oatmeal for carbs and almond butter for fats. The pre-mixed versions, it's usually just, you know, really cheap stuff. So those are the basics. Then creatine, there's a video out, you guys can go to that. It's a very, you know, well-researched supplement. Does a lot of good, but I'm not gonna go into it again. The next one I have, green powders. Not very spectacular, but most people don't eat enough greens, and I'll be the first to admit it. So green powder allows you to add it to your protein shake, you know, freeze-dried vegetables and fruit, and thereby get your micronutrients and that kind of stuff all the way, which I prefer over a multivitamin, by the way. Chondroitin, glucosamine, is also not the miracle supplement, it's not very sexy, but it really helps build somewhat healthy ligaments and cartilage. Unless you're in the business of eating a lot of shark skins and cartilage and bones, you won't get that stuff otherwise. Fish oil, I hate fatty fish. Like, you have no idea. Like, I can only eat salmon in a restaurant when like it's cooked somewhere else where I don't smell it, but otherwise I'm like, so I'm nowhere getting in near of my healthy acids, so I take fish oil capsules. So, and then the last supplement that works is caffeine. So caffeine, you know, works obviously great, you know, concentration, fat loss, hunger retardant. The rule of thumb is not to consume more than 2 milligrams per pound of body weight per day, okay? So if you weigh 200 pounds, 400 should be the max for the day. I know that more is always better in America, but sometimes it's not. What about the other stuff that I have? So let's see. BCAAs, absolutely not needed, total ripoff, because you have enough BCAAs in your system at all times, even when you're dieting. I mean, unless you train like at a very low calorie count, 800 calories, so you don't need BCAAs. You know, it's a total waste of money. Quality protein powder will do you just fine. Same with glutamine and the recovery, it's so minimal. You would have to consume up to like 80 grams a day, or use an IV, at which point you might just as well use drugs, because they actually work for recovery. So glutamine, unless you have a cold, then it actually can help. 20 grams a day or so, make it go away a little bit quicker. But other than that, no dice. Then, of course, there's the old steroid replacement. Are you nuts? Why would anybody risk legality issues, their health, going to Mexico, injecting questionable stuff, if they could just go downstairs, because there's just a GNC downstairs, and buy a replacement? There is no replacement for drugs, okay? Same with HGH boosters. No plant, no workout, no food can boost growth hormone in any meaningful way. It's just not happening. People would not spend $1,000 a month if they could just buy a supplement. And my all-time favorite is the Cortisol Blocker. So cortisol is a stress hormone that we push out when we're stressed, and then glycogen goes in the bloodstream and we can run away, right? However, it is catabolic, so it can cause muscle breakdown and so on and so forth. So ever so often somebody comes up with a blocker for cortisol. If you would block cortisol for good, you would die, okay? Now, we need some to survive, so forget about that. Usually it's overpriced vitamin C. You often see these ads in Dr. Oz, like you see this big belly. This belly is caused by excess cortisol, but with this one weird trick, no, stop, it doesn't work, okay? Due to the Myostatin Blockers, so they always have the Belgian blue cow, because, so myostatin is a hormone that stops the muscle growth, so like there's a natural limit, and then some animals don't have that, such as the infamous Belgian blue, and they just keep on growing. So of course that's every bodybuilder's dream, but first of all, even if that would work, your organs would grow significantly and you would die at a very young age, and it also does not work. And then of course the biggest subcategory is fat burners. So let's go through them in declining order of effectiveness. Most effective fat burner, no doubt, DNP. Derivative of TNT, an explosive, will burn up to a pound of fat a night, might also kill you, cause blindness, heart attack, all kinds of stuff. So you'll be a jacked corpse, no go. Trenbolone, a steroid that also has very severe side effects such as kidney failure, stay away. Winstrol, another steroid, harsh on the liver. Anavar, the next steroid, not so harsh but often faked. They work really great. Clenbuterol also works well for fat loss. It's also illegal for a reason, because it's difficult on the heart. Ephedrine, I have a video out for that. So the only legal fat burner that we have is really caffeine. L-carnitine does nothing for it. Yohimbine, I used to like it, but it's so minimal in effect that. So with fat burners, you can either go into the illegal route or don't bother at all. So, in closing, a high quality protein powder, green powder to mix with it, creatine, fish oil, glucosamine, and caffeine as needed. That's all you need. The rest is all marketing. Guys, if you like my info, please subscribe, comment, like, share, forward, whatever it is that kids you do. And thanks for the support. Maik out.